Hey everybody, I am back and I'm going to do those, I don't know what you would call them, trees, leaves. To me they look like little trees. So you can do this design with the trees like I have. You can do them smaller, you can do them bigger, whatever you like. You can do them on an angle. It's whatever you can come up with. So this is just all-purpose flour. Sometimes when it's really full, I have a hard time shaking out. I've had a couple of people tell me that when they use flour on the top, their tops aren't coming out white. And I think that that's a humidity issue. So some people put ice cubes in their Dutch ovens or live in really humid climates. And for those people, I tell them if your tops aren't coming out white, it's a moisture issue. So what's happening is moisture is getting onto your flour and it's kind of seeping into your dough and just making it look like it's not a white surface. So if you have that problem, crack your Dutch oven lid or don't put any extra water like in your Dutch oven, no ice cubes or anything like that, and it should help the problem. So this is just dental floss and I'm making as even of lines as I can with this dental floss. And I'm going to go over just to make little squares or diamonds on the other side. So it's kind of a checkerboard. Now I have a brand new razor in this, so it's going to cut really smoothly and deep, so I'm going to try not to have it go super deep. So instead of going all the way up to the tip of this square, I'm going to start about here. So I have a little area that is not going to get cut, and I'm going to cut this and like a V here, like this. And then I'm going to make a very shallow cut and then cuts all the way up. It gets smaller as I go up. So then I'm going to do another one here. So I'm not going to go all the way up to my next line. I'm going to go down and do the V without going all the way back up. You gotta be careful when you have a brand new razor not to go too deep because they just want to slice right through. So I'm just going to do that on all of my cuts. They're all going to be exactly the same. Just a V, and then these little, I don't know what you'd call them, stem of the tree and leaves, or if you think that these look more like leaves than veins of your leaf, I guess. But you don't want those to cut in as deep. The deepest cut you want is to be this initial V. I don't know if you guys can see this side over here very well, but it's just the exact same method. So here's my cut from this. I don't want to go all the way up to that. I want to come down, and I don't want to go all the way up to this one. Otherwise I could just do lines like this, which I've done before. It does turn out pretty, but it's not the same look as this. So I preheat my Dutch oven for an hour at least before I bake. I preheat at 500 degrees. And I have like an old cast iron Dutch oven. And then I have another one that is it's like a laminated cast iron, or what would you call it? Not laminated. It's I don't remember the name. Tell me what it is. Covered in something. Coated. It's a coated cast iron, and it's bigger than my not coated Dutch oven, and so I use that one, the bigger one, for my oblong loaves, and my smaller one for the round ones. In the bread world, we call them batards and boules. I think that's how you pronounce it, at least. So I'm just gonna go along this whole deal and do this exact same cut. If your bread is spreading out too fast or too much, you can lower your hydration. It's going to help that. Put it in the refrigerator. Freezer will help it. I refrigerate all of my loaves for at least 12 hours before I score on them. Which it does help, but also just get to know your bread. Make it do what you want it to do. It works for you, not the other way around. If it's too sloppy, then lower your hydration. It's not gonna be bad. Make sure you've built in a lot of gluten structure in your stretch and folds, or I prefer coil folds. Okay. Last one. Okay. So once you've cut it all in the same pattern, you're gonna go through with a pair of scissors. I like these little. They're from sewing scissors. And you only want to do the tops of your trees. So don't do this end with the V, but do this other cut end. You don't have to use these little scissors. Any scissors will work. But if your grandma has a sewing kit, I guarantee she has these scissors in it. And I'm not doing both sides of this. I'm only doing one side. Just so that the tops of my trees have this texture, but the bottoms don't. And I don't mind if I cut through any of these lines here. That doesn't bother me, but you do you. So I'm just gonna do both sides of the top of my tree, not do any of the bottom, do every single one. You see why I like these though? Because they go so much faster with that little spring in there. And I don't have to like open my scissors and cut every single time. I just clip, clip, clip. Okay, so see it's spreading out a little bit. It's not perfect. It's a little funky shaped. But I've done all the tops, left all the bottoms. Open that up a tiny bit more. So I'm gonna bake this guy now at 500 for 20 minutes. I'm gonna pull the lid off and then I'm gonna bake it for another 25 minutes with the lid off. And I'll show you guys what it looks like when it comes out. Thanks for watching.